Morning, everybody. North Country Knucklehead here. Running in the ProMaster, even though it's the 29th of April and the temperature 62 degrees at 9:07 in the morning. Doing a little work. Dragging a motorcycle back to the house. Got to do some clean the carburetor, replace front tire. So kind of in work mode, even though it's Saturday a little bit. Anyways, I want to talk about something pretty enlightening for me yesterday at the end of a motorcycle class I did. Had a group of soldiers in the class, all between 18 and probably 24 years old, somewhere in that range. And one of the students, brand new rider, first time riding a motorcycle, was in the class. Kind of young, kind of physically fit, kind of hot shotty. After he figured out where the buttons and switches went and how they all seemed to work, he quickly picked up on speed equals stability. But at the end of all the classes I do, I ask the students one at a time, go around the class and share with the group one thing, whether it was from the classroom or out in the riding portion on the range, that they took away from that class, the significant thing that's going to make them a safer or better rider. And I think this is the first time I've ever had it I started doing this in 2002. I've been doing it full-time since 2009. But this is, I think, the first time one of the students said judgment. Because that's the goal of the motorcycle training class, the MSF courses. Is yes, we're gonna help people learn to ride or make them better riders. But what we really want them to do is employ their own judgment, recognize their strengths and weaknesses, the limitations of themselves and the motorcycle, and be able to think on their feet while they're out there, or on their wheels, while they're out there riding that motorcycle, and make good decisions about what their speed should be, what their line through the turn or curve should be, but making these solid, good choices based on their ability and experience and their current capabilities on that motorcycle and the conditions that they're in. And I was really taken back by that, that after all these years, that came out as the response. Not that people don't get that, but it was kind of powerful for me that's what that young man shared with the group. Now, part of this goes into one of my many epiphanies that I have to myself as I'm living life. Ignorance and ego are the great tools of the young man, because their ego bypasses common sense and fear, and their ignorance of the facts and possible realities get them through things that don't seem possible sometimes. And at the same exact time, those two pearls that keep them safe can also lead to their fatality. And I guess that's thinking about that this morning because of that young man's talking about judgment and looking back at my own youth and as an inexperienced motorcyclist. But yeah, that ego and ignorance seem to treat me well and get me to where I am today. And at the same time, there are others, and it's not just in motorcycling, where that ego and ignorance have been their final demise. Anyways, just a little reflection on the last 24 hours and how it relates to maybe life and our human being. North Country Knucklehead, signing off. Talk to y'all later. Out.